Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Alyssa, and today I'm going to be going over my 2026 annual spending plan. Planning out my annual expenses was especially helpful for 2026 because my monthly expenses are going to be going up a lot. One of the biggest changes is my health insurance, which I will talk about later in the video. I'm also expecting to not be able to invest as much in 2026 as I have in previous years, which means I will be investing less into my pre-tax retirement accounts. And since I'm fully self-employed, this means that I will have to save more over the course of the year towards my tax payments. So building this plan for 2026 helped me accommodate those bigger expenses while also staying realistic with my other financial goals. And also just a quick disclaimer before we jump in, this video is all about what I plan to spend in 2026, which may include spending from savings that I already have. So at the end, when I add up all of my expenses, it's not going to look like I'm saving as much throughout the year, but that's just because I'm spending from savings as well as new income. So hopefully that all makes sense. I do follow a zero-based budgeting method for my month-to-month budgeting when I get paid. I'll be doing a separate video on my 2026 YNAB categories. YNAB is the budgeting software that I use. And in that video, I'll be going over exactly how much of my income every month I'm allocating towards my categories. Since we're talking about my expenses, I think it's helpful context to know how much I expect to make in 2026. So like I mentioned, I am fully self-employed. My main job is working as a marketing contractor. I expect to make a little over $80,000 from that. I have several other sources of income, such as this YouTube channel, but for the purposes of planning my annual spending, I don't like to rely on those sources of income since they're a little bit more unpredictable and not as guaranteed. So my annual plan is based off of this $80,000 salary, and then any extra income that I make on top of this throughout the year will be put towards my financial goals, mainly investing, and then obviously I'll have to put more towards my taxes as well. First up, we'll go over my fixed/bills. So these are my recurring expenses that I expect to stay pretty much the same month to month. The first one is rent. I live in a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom townhouse apartment with my boyfriend and our dog. So this is my half of the rent, and it includes the Wi-Fi, the pet fee, the garbage pickup fee, and some other amenities. And my actual cost based on the rent that I'm currently paying on a month-to-month basis would be $12,888 for the year, but I'm budgeting for a possible slight increase because our lease is up in the summer and I'm not sure if they'll be increasing the rent or not. So I'm hoping $13,000 would cover my portion of any rent increase, but I won't really know for sure until we renew. Next expense is utilities. So we pay for water and electric. I'm expecting $1,320 or about $110 on a month-to-month basis. And that's just purely based on our averages for 2025. Next is my phone bill. I'm expecting $456 as long as our phone bill doesn't increase. That amount doesn't bother me too much. I'm on a family plan with my parents and we have T-Mobile. I know that I probably could save an extra like $100 or so maybe if I switch to a carrier like Mint Mobile. I'm just not too fussed to do that this year. I'm fine with the $38 a month. Car insurance and registration, I am planning on spending $1,000 in 2026. So my registration is about $90 once a year, and then the rest of that $1,000 is what I'm expecting 12 months of my car insurance premium to be. I pay it every 6 months and it averages like $380 to like $450 at the highest every 6 months. So I think $1,000 will be good there. Next is health/dental insurance. I am expecting to pay $6,877.44 because my monthly premium is $573.12. I am on marketplace insurance as a self-employed person, and this monthly cost went up for several reasons. Like I said at the beginning of the video, I'm expecting to not be able to invest as much this year, which means my adjusted gross income will be higher in 2026. So I'm not eligible for any tax credit based on what I think my AGI will be. They also ended some extended subsidies that I was getting the last couple of years. And then just the base price of the plan that I was on went up by about $120. So all of that together means the amount that I'm paying for my insurance on a month-to-month basis went up from about, I think I was paying $62 a month to now over $570. I'm not gonna lie, there was a part of me that was debating whether or not I wanted to just save this $6,000 and just go to the doctor out of pocket if I needed to. But to me, I would so much rather pay this $573 a month than be without insurance during a catastrophic emergency or an unexpected diagnosis. I'm grateful that I'm in a position where I can afford this, and my heart goes out to anyone who is affected to the point where they have to choose to forego insurance and risk being without it in an emergency. So yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully we see some changes happen soon, but for now, that is what I'm expecting to pay in 2026. Next up is my gym membership. I pay just $15 a month, which is a complete steal. I love my gym so much. And then they just have a one-time annual fee of $39 for a total of $219. And last, we have subscriptions and fees, which I'm planning on spending $875. This includes a few monthly subscriptions such as Hulu, Discovery Plus, and my $1 Acorns brokerage subscription. I occasionally sign up for Netflix to watch a show here and there. And then I also have a few yearly subscriptions. I subscribe to Google Drive for my work. I subscribe to YouTube Premium, and that's what I use for music. And this also includes my annual credit card fee for my Chase card, as well as my annual Costco membership fee and my renter's insurance. So total for my fixed bills is $23,747.44, or an average of $1,978.95 per month. Now we'll go over my variable expenses. First up is groceries/household. I am expecting $4,500 here. I currently spend about $300 a month on groceries and $75 a month on household supplies like toilet paper, paper towels, cleaning supplies, things like that. So I'm just kind of hoping for the best, hoping that I can keep this budget for 2026. Dining out, I am planning on spending $3,000 this year. This is going to be a slight increase from 2025 because I do want to put a little bit more money towards this category. I feel like in 2025, I was running out towards the end of the month. I just needed an extra like 25 bucks for what I wanted. So I increased my budget from $225 a month to $250. So that's what brings it up to $3,000. Next is transportation. I'm planning on spending $800, and this is for things like gas and car maintenance. I only have to fill up my car once a month, so about $500 of this will be for gas, and the rest is for things like oil changes, tire rotation, and standard maintenance. I'm hoping I don't have that many car expenses this year. I had a lot in 2025. I had a 100,000 mile checkup on my 2015 Nissan Altima. So I paid, I think that was like $800 with some repairs that they had to do. And then also my AC was going out in my car. So I pulled from my car fund to go ahead and fix that. So 2025 was a high spend year for my car. So I'm hoping that 2026 is much more peaceful and I don't have that many repairs, but I do have a car fund just in case. Next up is entertainment. I am planning on spending $1,200 here, which works out to $100 a month, which is pretty much what I averaged in 2025. This category is for things like buying alcohol or going out to events, going to sports games, paying for parking when we go to those events, and just doing any fun things things like that. Next category is Zeke. This is our dog. He's a 4-year-old Aussie Doodle. I plan on spending $850 on him, which is about $70 a month on average. And this covers his food and treats as well as my half of his grooming expenses. And then I'm also factoring in an annual vet visit. Medical/therapy, I am expecting $1,500 here, or an average of $125 a month. I used to go to therapy every single month, which was $165 per session. Now I'm on kind of an as needed basis and I haven't gone for a few months. I'm expecting to keep that up in 2026 and just not go as much, maybe go every other month or every few months. So I was kind of factoring in maybe like $75 a month on average that I would spend for that. And then the other $50 a month I can use towards medical copays, or I'd also like to go see my sports physical therapist. I have a shoulder issue I've been dealing with, so that's gonna cost me a few $100s. I do have an HSA, which is a health savings account where you can put pre-tax dollars in and use them tax-free for medical purposes. But I personally choose to use my HSA account as another retirement account for now. I know that in the future, my medical expenses will most likely be way higher than they are now, so I'd rather have that money saved to use tax-free in the future. Plus, if you save all of your receipts for your medical expenses, you can reimburse yourself at any point in the future. So that's what I choose to do. I just pay everything out of pocket now, and then I have the option later to withdraw if I need to. Next is personal/home. I'm budgeting $5,000 here. This is for all of my personal spending, so things like clothing, supplements, hair care, skincare, makeup, possible electronic gadgets that I may buy, or home decor and furniture. I am planning on buying a camera for this YouTube channel, so that's about $1,500 of this $5,000, and then another $1,200 to $1,500 I am allocating towards home decor and furniture. I don't have specific things right now that I want to buy for the home, but I do know that I want to just slowly invest more in high quality forever pieces. So the $1,200 to $1,500 is just me allowing myself to hop on any good deals that I might find on Facebook Marketplace or from a local consignment shop. And then I also have a financial goal this year of selling $500 worth of stuff from around my house. So this will help me get rid of some of the lower quality, more disposable items that just aren't serving us and just make room for those higher quality items that we want to invest more in. Next up is travel. I think $3,000 will be plenty. We're planning maybe just a few weekend trips here and there, but we don't have anything big on our radar. Like last year, we spent almost a month on the West Coast, and we don't have anything like that planned this year. Next up is gifts. I'm planning on spending $1,200 in the year. I'm allocating maybe half of this towards Christmas and then the other half for birthdays, anniversaries, random acts of kindness, things like that. And then donations, I'm also budgeting $1,200. In 2025, I was saving $100 a month, and then I did a one-time donation in December. And my reason for that was a lot of organizations will do generous matching programs at the end of the year. But I think I want to change it up for 2026 and donate more regularly, or at least as things come up, like if I want to donate to a GoFundMe, or if there's a local charity or fundraiser happening, I'd like to be able to donate to that as well. So I'm not going to plan on a big $1,200 yearly donation, but probably just donate as much as I want to throughout the months, and then I can just donate whatever I have left in December for the match. So my total variable expenses come out to $22,250, or about $1,854.17 per month. Now we'll move on to taxes. So since I'm a 1099 contractor, I have to pay quarterly taxes. I split out my tax liability between 2025 and 2026. So in 2026, I will be paying for 2025 quarter 4 plus anything left over that I still owe. And I'm expecting that to be about $6,500. I earned a lot more in Q4 from extra income, so I'm making a bigger payment towards that. And then for 2026, I will need to make payments towards quarter one, quarter two, quarter three, and I expect those to come out to about $13,500 for a total of $20,000. That $13,500 is the bare minimum that I would be paying from what I owe for my marketing pay. So that's why I highlighted the Q1, Q2, Q3 payments for 2026. Those payments will obviously have to go up as I make any extra income. And I just want to reiterate that $20,000 is not my tax rate on $80,000. It is just what I am paying in taxes this year between 2025 and 2026. I'm expecting my actual taxes owed on $80,000 to be about $17,000, give or take, but I will be paying the rest of that $17,000 in 2027. So hopefully that all makes sense. It gets a little bit funky when you're self-employed and your tax payments end up spanning over multiple years. But this $20,000 is what I expect to physically leave my bank accounts this year. And then lastly, let's go over my investing. So first, I plan on maxing out my 2026 HSA. That limit is $4,400. I also plan on maxing out my Roth IRA for 2026. That limit is $7,500. And then I want to put at least $1,100 from just my base marketing pay into my taxable brokerage, which brings my total investing to $13,000. And this is also highlighted because when I make any extra income, I will be putting a portion of that towards my taxable brokerage to increase my investing. So this is just the bare minimum amount that I am going to be investing from my weekly marketing contractor pay. So it comes out to $250 a week or $13,000 in the year. So total expenses minus taxes and investing, just purely my lifestyle, comes out to $45,997.44 that I plan on spending, which averages out to $3,833 a month. Taxes, $20,000, which comes out to $1,666 a month, and then investing $13,000, which is an average of $1,083 a month, for total expenses equaling $78,997.44, or a monthly average of $6,583.12. So that is what I'm planning on spending in 2026. If you want to see how I budget and save for these expenses on a monthly basis, look out for my 2026 YNAB categories video that will be coming out in the next week or so, hopefully. Let me know in the comments below if you have any new expenses that you have to accommodate this year, and let me know what financial goals you are prioritizing in 2026. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a safe and happy, healthy new year, and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye, guys.